The world has quietly improved our elections. While we are busy debating, other countries are moving forward. They are finding ways to stop fraud and ensure that every vote counts. Get ready to see the future of democracy, clear evidence of solutions that can be implemented now. It all started with a simple innovation that changed everything in this small country.
It feels like the whole world has suddenly forgotten how to count. You turn on the news and it is the same story from Brazil to the United States. Protests, shouting matches and accusations of fraud. We are watching the bedrock of democracy crumble in real time. And it is not just happening in one country, it is a global contagion. Picture this. You take time off work, drive across town and stand in line for 4 hours. When you finally get to the front, sweaty and exhausted, an official looks you in the eye and says, "Sorry, the machine is down." That sinking feeling in your stomach, that is not just bad luck, that is a feature of a dying system.
Here is the cold, hard truth. In the last major cycle, public trust in electoral integrity dropped to historic lows in over 40 democracies simultaneously. We are facing a crisis of confidence that numbers alone cannot fix. This forces us to ask 3 terrifying questions. First, why that we trust banking apps with our life savings, but cannot trust a ballot box with a piece of paper? Second, is the technology failing us, or are we failing the technology? And third, do our leaders actually possess the political will to fix it, or do they benefit from the chaos? Let me ask you, have you ever walked out of a voting booth wondering if your vote even mattered? The chaos isn't random. But what makes this truly dangerous isn't the broken machines. It is the one thing that people in power are desperate to keep hidden from you. This isn't just an American nightmare. It is a global pandemic of distrust that is tearing nations apart at the seams. Look at what happened in Brazil, where millions flooded the streets, not just because their candidate lost, but because the electronic system offered zero physical proof of their choice. The conflict isn't about who wins, it is about the terrifying reality that in the modern age, your voice can be deleted with a single keystroke. And this distrust is spreading like wildfire. When people stop believing in the ballot box, they start reaching for bricks. We are seeing a domino effect where technical glitches in Nigeria or digital blackouts in Pakistan aren't treated as errors, they are seen as acts of war against the citizenry. The system isn't just failing to count votes, it is actively destabilizing entire regions. You want proof? Look at the data. Germany, a global leader in engineering, explicitly banned electronic voting machines. Their constitutional court ruled that if a regular citizen without a computer science degree can't verify the count, the election is unconstitutional. They went back to paper. Then look at Ireland. They spent over 50 million euros on an electronic voting system, only to scrap the entire project and turn the machines into scrap metal because the security risks were simply too high. Here is the paradox that should make you furious. While the most advanced nations on Earth are running back to pen and paper to save their democracies, we are being told that questioning these same machines makes us crazy. We are stuck in a loop where the solution is the very technology that failed everyone else. But what if the answer isn't about going back to the Stone Age or trusting a black box? What if the perfect election system already exists, hiding in the last place you would ever look? Stop looking at the big superpowers for a second. While Washington and London are fighting over watermarks and hanging chads, there is a tiny nation in the Baltics that hasn't worried about a lost ballot in 20 years. They didn't retreat to the past, they didn't trust a black box from a private vendor, they did something that sounds absolutely insane to American ears. They put the entire ballot box on the open internet. Meet Estonia. In this country, voting day isn't a Tuesday nightmare standing in the rain. It takes 3 minutes from your couch with a cup of coffee in hand. But wait, before you scream hackable, you need to see what's under the hood. They aren't using the buggy proprietary software we see failing in Iowa. They aren't using the buggy proprietary software we see failing in Iowa.
They built a national digital backbone called erode, a decentralized system that makes altering a single vote mathematically impossible without breaking the entire network. They didn't just digitize the ballot, they digitized trust itself. Here is the twist that changes everything. We have been trained to believe that election security requires physical locks, armed guards, and paper trails. Estonia proved that real security comes from radical transparency and heavy encryption. We think technology is the enemy of integrity, but they turned it into its ultimate guardian. It is not about trusting a politician or a corporation, it is about trusting the math.
So, if a country with a population smaller than Philadelphia figured this out back in 2005, why are we still acting like secure digital voting is science fiction? The technology isn't the problem. The problem is that seeing it work forces us to ask a much more dangerous question about why our system stays broken.
Here is the cold, hard reality check. The reason we don't have this seamless digital democracy isn't because the technology doesn't exist. You just saw that it does. The reason is that Congress has absolutely zero incentive to fix a system that keeps them in power. We keep waiting for them to solve election integrity, but for the political establishment, the chaos isn't a bug, it is a feature.
Screen right now.